Hello and welcome back to another siege battle. This one sent in to us from Emperor Candy Katsu. Funnily enough, I actually recorded this one yesterday and OBS decided to glitch out on me or do some type of hinky things. I don't know exactly what, but we're going to give this another go today. So we have on attack Emperor Candy Katsu playing as Egypt and his ally as Seleucid being commanded by Gametide. I think that's it. Then we have Nero defending as Sparta and Lemmy defending as Athens. I think that Nero might have been a newer player since we see 3 artillery pieces on the wall. It appears that 2 of them are not being used. 1 is, so I believe that he got told right off the bat that, hey, you know, you can't be using that many. Quickly going over their army comps, Emperor Candy Katsu has 2 African war elephants, mercenary African war elephants. He has a bunch of Galatian royal guard, some thorax swords, a Nubian bowman, 3 Cretan archers, some thorax swords, a unit of just pikes, and then he has some mob here pushing up the towers. Not a bad unit to use as fodder. Get that tower up there. Seleucid, he also has a big old ballista over here. Seleucid, on the other hand, has a bunch of Syrian archers. He has some hillmen over here. Some Thurio spears moving up. Probably not the best unit of choice to assault the walls. It is a relatively expensive unit, and when utilized effectively, can definitely deal out some damage. Backline of Royal Peltis, another unit of Thurio spears, 2 units of thorax pikes, and a unit of scythe chariots. So, we can see some of Athens. Got some thorax swords over here. We can expect to see some picked hoplites, mercenary veteran hoplites, probably some Cretan archers, maybe even Rhodian slingers. Same for Sparta as well. I believe they get Cretans and Rhodian slingers also. So, I obviously already know what happens because I did this yesterday, and it's a bit of a grind fest for Seleucid here. Egypt makes some good headway in the beginning.
To the tower!
As we can see, since Sparta is not using these two ballistas here, Egypt is able to move up his troops and support his advance, which is smart. Definitely what you want to do. You don't want to leave your back ranks too far behind. You want them up and center so they can get in there and support their troops as quickly as possible. Back over here, Seleucid, however, is taking a much more lax approach. He's not moving anyone forward. He's actually disembarked some of his guys from these tortoises, which in reality, I mean, he maybe, well, if he had come over here, it would have been a bit of a choke point anyway, right? So, but he's managed to knock down both of these walls. Honestly, I think that they might have been better if they attacked from, well, no, maybe not. Maybe they would have been better if they had just attacked. It would have been okay to attack from either side. I do think, however, that Seleucid could have utilized space a little bit better as far as picking which wall to attack. I mean, if you'd gone over here, it definitely would have been a little bit more space to fight over here. However, you would have had these arrow towers firing down upon you. See, that's Egypt's ballista firing in, trying to get some shots off on these clumps of troops. See Sparta's clumped up over here a little bit, which again leads me to believe that maybe he's a newer player. Seleucid's running in with his Thurio spears, probably going to try and get some side shots off on these Spartan hoplites, but unfortunately, because of how they're standing, they're going to hit most of a lot of the, see, look at that, a lot of it's hitting the walls there, which is no good. These guys are going to be wasting their ammo. Oh my god. Let's see if I can get a better angle. A lot of these guys are going to be throwing their jabbies into the wall here. It's not going to really be doing too much good. Although it does look like they're actually managing to hit some of the guys. But still, I mean, these guys probably would have been better off going these Spartan hoplites over here. I think they probably would have the range. Yeah, they totally have the range. So definitely, these Thurio spears would have been better off firing their jabs at these guys instead. Also, it would be... What? I didn't notice this the last time. Oh, and he actually managed to get one of Egypt's ballistas. He put his units, his archers, up in the towers, which is strange, but there it is. So this would have been better off if he brought up his archers to get him up here to support his Thurio spears. He would have definitely had a better time. Charging in with some Hillmen against some Thorax swords. I mean, Rhodian slingers, Thurio spears, they are wasting their ammo against these Hillmen. And unfortunately, these Thurio spears as well. However, they have managed to capture the arrow tower here, so it's going to aid them a little bit, but these are only Hillmen who are bronze chevroned up. We definitely would not have wasted the money on them, but neither here nor there. Meanwhile, Egypt is making some good headway. They've managed to claim this portion. Surprisingly, Athens hasn't tried to actually box them in, which is what I would have tried to do. This is a pretty good choke point area to go after. And actually, I feel like this is probably one of the reasons why you don't actually see Petra all that much. Is, oh, I did not notice this the last time, though. Cheeky bastards. They had some bike traps there. Okay. Yeah, you don't see Petra very often, and I think it is because it's just... pardon me. It's a lot of choke points. Anywhere you go, it's choke point, right? Over here. Choke point, choke... Well, that's not even accessible. This is choke point. This whole section right here is a choke point. So it's very choke pointy. It definitely favors the defenders a little bit more, but that doesn't mean that a good attacking force can't manage their way around this place. I mean, especially even over here, this is a huge choke point area, but because of the angles that your archers could potentially get standing on this side of the wall, even though your forces would be engaged with the defending faction, your archers would still be able to fire over the walls and into the sides and potentially break them quickly. Especially if you can get some archers up on the wall and successfully defend them from enemies coming up on the wall. So back over here, Egypt is just kind of moving forward a little bit, taking some fire from some thorax swords and Thurio spears. Kind of okay. It's at least getting them to waste their ammo, their jabbies on this unit, which in the long run definitely will pay off. But they are going to be taking quite a beating. Definitely have to watch out for these Cretans as well, unfortunately. Seleucid, however, is not really moving forward. Kind of just letting his Thurio spears get beat up. Looks like they probably did manage to use all of their jabbies, but still. Oh, he's going to send in his chariots now. Which, and man, can't wait for this. We'll see what happens. Some more shots coming in from Egypt. What is he going after? Oof, almost. Let's get some rear shots on these thorax swords. Mercenary Baron hoplites. Ooh, pardon me.
Advance at speed.
Thorax swords are getting kind of beat up. Looks like we had thorax swords thinking about charging out against these mob. Yep, he's dropping and running away, but probably gonna break soon. Ooh, yeah, one guy left, and he's gone. There he goes. Thorax sword's gonna come back inside. It's unfortunate. If I were, in hindsight, of course, if I were Egypt, I'd probably come back and get a guy on the wall, come around here to neutralize the skate tower. Meanwhile, over here, sized chariots managed to get themselves inside the settlement, but these sharp stone beds are doing such a good job at actually containing them. Sparta hasn't noticed yet But they did, actually. They managed to move up some Spartan pikemen who actually aren't in pike formation. If Seleucid had noticed this, they could have just let these guys run rampant and they would have been able to mutilate these pikemen, and they're still going to get some good kills off of these guys. But still. Already down to 101 men, 98, 97. And now these chariots are just going to run rampant. Look at this, getting into the mercenary Cretan archers. Athens running away, not even bothering to help his ally. And Seleucid's just going for it. Trying his damnedest. Going to charge into the hoplites now. Managed to get in the hoplite wall just a little too late, unfortunately. Getting some good shots off. Yeah, look how he has the... Yeah, Sparta's definitely a newer player. So far, he's up to 230 kills, getting into the back of these Cretans. Look at that. He can manage to keep going. He can get into the back of these mercenary veteran hoplites, really do some damage, and help out this force here. However, he might even be better off turning around and trying to get into the Spartan or the Athenian picked hoplite generals to plow through him and come around and get into the backs here. Seleucid, meanwhile, is still just hanging out. Whether or not this is a strategy that the two attacking factions decide to have, I'm not sure, but he should be moving forward. Even if he moved his archers forward, he can start picking off some of these guys. Chariots are now getting kind of caught. 297. They might be out of here soon. There's 6 left. But these guys are getting so clumped up. They're still going to get some decent kills. Pick top of the general. Gonna take any kills? Did they lose anybody? Lost 6. Lost 6 men from that, so that's good. Cretan archers getting some great side shots into the thorax swordsmen. Yeah, they're losing. Seleucid's still not doing much of anything. Mob over here trying to knock down this gate. Don't really blame him. Trying to put some pressure on this area over here to try and draw away some troops. But unfortunately, the mob does break. Egypt now does have most of his force inside. He's going to start moving up some of his Cretan archers, probably start firing in on these thorax swords. Now Seleucid is starting to move forward, and looks like they're just going to charge right through here. Again, I feel like Seleucid probably was a newer player as well. I could be wrong, though. It's just, you have this open. There's, as far as you can tell, there's nothing really here. I would have at least moved 1 or 2 units this way. Put some pressure on. Especially you got these royal peltasts that could definitely chew through these Spartan hoplites pretty easily. Which, by the way, that's basically what makes up all of Sparta's army is Spartan hoplites. With the exception of his general unit being the heroes of Sparta. Looks like Egypt is focusing fire in and around this area because Sparta did have 3 units of hoplites here. Not sure if he moved them away or not. Mercenary Cretan archers moving up. Ooh, they're going to get focused down pretty quickly by some Cretans. Gotta be careful. Sparta's moving his archers up onto the wall, but they're so few. I'm not really going to make much of a difference. So archers here still firing in on these mercenary Cretans. Very good. Getting them out of there. Awesome. Well played. And... Yep. 3 spears. This is kind of painful to watch. Get the rest of your royal peltasts in there. You know, send 2 over here. Send 2 over here. And then the way that he has these guys set up, you're wasting, again, you're wasting javelins. They're going to hit this wall. You're going to hit the tortoise. You're not going to be effectively using them against these Spartan hoplites. You're better off just holding left alt and right-clicking on the Spartan hoplites. That'll make you attack them with their weapons instead of throwing their projectiles first. Egypt, however, has managed to push through. Sorry if I'm zooming around too much. Has managed to push through the center here up to a point. However, unfortunately, that is going to leave him exposed a little bit. Side shots from these archers. Or actually, no, they're slingers, so the slingers won't have an angle. These guys, though, they would have an angle. You'd be better to have them over here, firing into the sides of these thorax swords. So,
Advance at speed.
a little bit of a lull in the battle. There's 21 minutes and 30 seconds left, guys. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Do all that school stuff. Do all that cool stuff, not school stuff, because it does help, and I appreciate it. So Seleucid has managed to get 2 troops in. However, they're sort of getting stuffed right now. But the Royal Peltas should have a good job against these Spartan hoplites. But you don't want to do this. You don't want to send in units piecemeal, one at a time. Not when you have so many breaches open, at least. He could be sending over a unit this way to come around and put some pressure on. I don't understand why he's not doing that. Egypt's ballista is out of ammo. They managed to get 107 kills. Not bad. Looks like, ooh, look at that. Nice rip from Seleucid's ballista. I gotta give it to him there. Nice threading of the needle, so to speak, through the breach and into the Spartan general. Down to 76 men. Egypt is still pushing forward. Athens is moving around his troops. Sparta is standing tall, waiting for the initial onslaught. These bow, clearly, they still had ammo, and unfortunately, it must have been some sort of a misclick, and/or it is what it is. Sometimes you click for archers to attack something, and they go to follow it, or they'll go to follow something. Even though you click guard mode, they'll still go and try and attack it. Same thing with the slingers, too. Slingers definitely do even more ridiculous stuff. Back over here, Seleucid's still just kind of plugging away here. Yeah, it's like, it's actually driving me kind of insane that he's not... I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. Granted, he is breaking some units, but I mean, it's Sparta. Sparta's not my favorite. I don't think they're the most versatile, personally speaking. I know that's, you know, you can attack with Sparta and you can do really well, but they're a great holding force, and their hoplites don't like to break very often, very much. So, the fact that he's not utilizing angles or just trying to get around in different ways is a little infuriating, but what are you going to do? It's also a little insane that Sparta's pikes aren't in pike formation, for that matter. But that's neither here nor there. So we got 2 units of pikes over here from Athens, just holding the line. Some pikes from Sparta here, forming up in an odd way. Maybe we're going to see Egypt charge in. Maybe, he says, knowing the answer. African War Elephant's still hanging out outside. Can't really blame him. Don't want to bring him in too soon and then have him go berserk against your own forces. It's never a good thing. And there you have it. So there we see the Cretan archers firing in against these pikes. Already lost quite a few men, but they're going to start moving. Guard tower over here, unfortunately, still firing in on these Cretans. They're going to start losing men steadily. Unfortunately, when he knocked down the wall, he did knock down any way of getting around here. I mean, vice versa, of course. But maybe it would have been better for him to knock down this section of wall instead, and then he still would have had a way to get troops up and around here, neutralize this gate tower, and then put pressure on the rear of these Spartan troops. Finally, Seleucid has decided to use another breach. He's going to charge in some of his Royal Peltas. Hopefully they fire their jabbies in on the side of these Spartan hoplites. It's a great target to go for. Where is their range? I definitely think they have them within range, so they can definitely do it. Or better yet, charge them real quick up against these Spartan pikemen, get them in there, then manage to rout them so quickly. It'd be like a dream. But Seleucid's not doing that. Always be, well, now it's too late. Now they're in pike formation. But you always try and be aware of what your enemy's troops are doing. You know, if you see pikes that are in pike formation, try and figure out a way to go for them. Get them out of there quick. And it's one of the reasons why you really like to bring pikes in a defensive or attacking situation, because they usually get focused down pretty quickly by any type of ranged unit. And they're primarily only good for late game. So that is not necessarily a problem, but it's a timing thing, really. It's the same with elephants. At least in my opinion, it's a timing thing. You got to know exactly when to use them. You got to kind of sort of be hyper vigilant of the enemy's ammo. I mean, these slingers still have ammo. Luckily, they're getting routed off the field of battle, but still, these Cretans, they still have ammo. So that's a serious problem for the elephants and for the pikes. More so the elephants. If they manage to catch those elephants on fire, that's going to be an even bigger problem. Look at this. Athens is getting some thorax swords up on the wall, probably just to defend to make sure that Egypt doesn't make his way up and then around, come back down via the gate. Actually, maybe they had a little bit of a scuffle here. Yeah, looks like they had a bit of a scuffle, and Athens was victorious, unfortunately. It does not look like they are going to capture the gate back, which is good. It's a boon for Egypt. Egypt is now moving forward with some thorax swords. These guys are fresh, full unit. They should be able to, well, it should be able to be evenly matched, but we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, over here, Seleucid is pushing forward slowly. Thorax swords tossing their jabbies into some pikes. Not in pike formation yet. They better get... what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, my heart. Alright. Seleucid managed to get a good rear charge in on these Spartan hoplites. Ah, jeez. What's going on? I got it. I have to go away. Oh my god. That was tough to watch, folks. It just... Now your pikes are gonna get... And then, yeah, you gotta get them out of there. And then it's all this crazy stuff is happening. Ah! Insanity. And your pikes aren't in pike formation. No! Get them moved! Get them out of there. Even though there's 52, 51, they can still do a lot of damage. Oh boy. Seleucid. These Royal Peltas at this point, just charge them in. Charge them right in. Charge them in, or better yet, get them over here, right here. Calm them up, and slink them through. Charging these thorax swords, they manage to don't do well against them. These Spartan hoplites, these Heroes of Sparta are definitely... Oh, he did have two units Heroes of Sparta. Okay. So these guys are definitely going to be fucked. Look at this, falling back. Superb. Turn these guys around. Whew. Charge them that way, especially since they're losing. They're losing against these Heroes of Sparta. Some more Spartan hoplites moving up. I would charge these guys in. They got a decent charge bonus. Not as good as the Spartan hoplites, though. Interesting. Okay. Still falling back. Look at this. Egypt has managed to slip through a unit. It's going to charge into the rear of these Spartan hoplites. Hopefully be able to break them. Glacial Royal Guard doing their due diligence. Let's see, back over here. Combat's pretty even. It looks like Athens is losing against Egypt. Alright. And still, he hasn't moved up any of his archers yet. Still has plenty of ammo. He hasn't supported any of his units with any archer fire. He could, he could get his archer, get one unit of archers up on the walls here, fire down. Hell, he doesn't even need to get them on the walls, just set them right there. And guess what? Fire right into the side area, you'll wreck these guys so quickly. Here's the Sparta starting to lose, only 32 kills. Oh, that's rough. Thorax Pikes, 128 kills so far, 16 for this unit. Turn these guys right around and go after these Spartan hoplites. If I were him, definitely don't want to lose these royal peltasts. Looks like Egypt is giving up on this flank. Not necessarily a bad idea. Leave some units here as a holding force, and then get your boys someplace a little bit more useful. Egypt's pikes are getting focused down by these slingers. Not a lot left though, so it's not the big of a deal. It's Nubian Bowman, out of ammo, 44 kills. Victoria Spears, 108 kills, not bad. Gonna thin him out, charge him into the side of his pikes. Well done. But then we got Galatian Royal Guard charging into these Thorio Spears. They'll be able to get rid of these guys pretty quickly. At this point, I'd probably move up my pikes, move them up, have them engage with these Spartan hoplites, and then also in the hopes that Athens would move up his thorax swords. Over here, we got still pretty hard fighting. Spartan hoplites are winning against these royal peltasts. That's just they're smushed, but these hoplites are losing. I don't know. Why did you do that? Why did you waste ammo? You didn't have any ammo left. Oh well. So, elephants are inside. Elephants are now charging. Where are we going? Moving over a unit of the mercenary Cretan archers. These guys are out of ammo. Probably just kind of keep them in check, keep an eye on them, see what they're doing. Elephants are now going to, nice, look at this, going to charge right into the rear of these guys. And look at this, right here. This unit of Thorio Spears has been sitting here the entire time. There's nothing over here. They could have sent somebody over here. I mean, even the general unit. Send the general unit along with one unit of archers over here. Get rid of these Thorio Spears, or you could, if they're not paying attention, you can sneak them by and then get into the rear of these troops. Elephants have gone berserk. They're over here. Oh, yeah, look at that. Mercenary Cretan archers laying in wait. Ooh, get those thorax swords out of there. Oh, no, he's saying, fuck it. I'm YOLOing it. Gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna get into the backs of these thorax swords. Unfortunately, we're gonna get into the pikes and the Galatian Royal Guard if it's not careful. It's moving his units in, severely depleted, but nonetheless still there. And let's zoom in and focus in on some of the fighting for a little bit. Why don't we? So, elephants doing their thing. These guys have ammo? Ooh, they are. Alright. So, I'm almost positive that most of the defenders no longer have ammo. These elephants kind of have free reign to do whatever they want. It's going to be tough to kill these guys. They're no longer berserk. They've already gotten 174 kills. So now we're pushing in. And look at this. Egypt is taking the fight to Athens over here, since Seleucid would not. Charging in on these Thurios spears with depleting unit thorax swords and Cretan archers, and these elephants probably going to come around the corner to assist in breaking these Thurios spears. Nope, I lied. No. Seleucid's just kind of hanging out. He's firing. Yep, he is firing. I would be manually firing if I were him. Oh, now they're just gonna do a little dancey dance. Is he firing with his archers? He is. Focusing down Egypt's pikemen. Good thing to go for sure. They managed to capture the arrow tower. That's pretty good too. The one benefit for Seleucid holding back his archers for so long is that the defenders are all out of ammo, and they have nothing to counter these heavy Syrian archers. So they're kind of at their mercy.
Forward! Blood on!
So yeah.
Get ready! Weapons ready!
Let's see, what else? Alright, so, looks like Seleucid's countering their pikes with some royal peltis. Not that it really matters. I mean, these Syrians will be able to get rid of these guys pretty quickly, especially if he decides to use precision shot. And they'll really get him out of there quick. He really needs to just be shotgunning with his ballista as much as possible. Don't auto fire. When you're this close, you try not to auto fire. Just manual fire and blast them away, because god damn it if I don't love doing that shit. Elephants just traipse around. Oh wow, they actually managed to beat back the thorax swords, which I'm not surprised. They're in score formation, so they'll do pretty well. Do they have any ammo left? Probably not. Here we go. Are they gonna charge? The elephant's gonna charge in. Come on. Come on, do it. Charge! Bad. They're gonna charge though. A little futile. Just because the main fight's over there. I mean, really, he should have taken these guys and moved them. Got them over there as quickly as possible. Now they're already winning. They're just gonna... Oh no, you should have left them there. You were doing fine. Oh well. That's okay. Back over here. Yeah, he's getting some good rips in. Going for the Spartan General, not a bad target to go for. Some of these Peltis units. Luckily, ooh, yeah. Still have some ammo, so that's good. Pikes are getting wrecked. All of Athens' pikesmen? All of Athens' pikesmen are gone. And these guys still have ammo, but he's not using them. He should be focusing down the Athenian general. Or even the mercenary veteran hoplites, one or the other. Or at least thin out the pikemen as much as you can, and then push them forward. They'll be able to do pretty well against both of these units.
Prepare to attack.
And even
As you say.
Egypt could do a little little juke there, little fish hook, you know. Now they're back over here trying to do what they can. And look at that. Will he find it? Oh no! I thought that there was enough of a gap here that he would have been able to slide through, but no such luck. Ooh, oh my god! I just gotta be careful of buildings. Remember my one video that I posted a couple months ago of that one artillery round that took out a building and managed to obliterate more than half of the pike unit. Dorio spears actually making their way from the rear over here, but not going to have a very good time against all of these units that are here. They're going to be gone soon. And this one is pretty much over, folks.
Warriors, move out!
We got relational guard.
Death charge!
He's gonna try to, he's trying to debate him so he can get around. And he actually, oh no, he's not. It's because he hit hoplite wall. That's why that happened. In reality, I don't think that helped him out at all. And now we got, see, like, why'd you do this? You have a almost full unit of pike. You could have just sent them up, and they would have wrecked these mercenary veteran hoplites. African war elephants coming in, going to charge in on these picked hoplites. Yeah.
For glory! For honor!
They're gone. They're gone, folks. This one's more or less over. We're going to fast forward just to the end. Of course, the one guy hanging on to the bitter end is the Spartan general. That was pretty cool. Admittedly, I did not think the chariots were going to do as well as they did. But boy, oh boy, did they pay for themselves. So, get into game type. 1,642 kills, 16 for his gen, 70 for his artillery, 366 for the chariots, 77, 61, 98, and 47 for his archers. Again, he could have done so much more with these guys. 10, 8, 5 for his hillmen, 124, 117, 110, 153 for the royal peltis, 182 and 45 for his pikes, and 37, 38, 46, and 32 for his Dorio spears. Emperor Kandikatsu, 1,991 kills, 84 for his gen, 107 for his ballista, 307 and 154 for his elephants, 93, 64, 165 and 44 for his range units. Unfortunate that he didn't get more, but sometimes that's just the way that the cookie crumbles, you know? 154, 120, 201, and 197 for his Blazing Royal Guard, 0, and 0 for his mob. I think that these were probably glitched in. Usually that's not allowed, but if there was a gentleman's agreement, then that's what it was. 64 for his pikes, 75, 96, 37, and 29 for his thorax swords. Lemme with 1,134 kills, 13 for his gen. He had Citizen Cav hiding somewhere. They got no kills. 134, 95, 61, and 70 for his range units. 18 and 6 for his mercenary veteran hoplites, 64 for his other units with hoplites, 0 and 0 for his pikes. They just got absolutely obliterated by the Syrian heavy archers. 110, 104, 36, 63, 92, 54, and 21 for his thorax swords, and the 118s, pretty good, and then 75 for his Dorio spears. And then Nero with only 721 kills, unfortunately. 50 and 32 for his Heroes of Sparta, 15, 0, 5, and 66 for his range units. Again, I think he was a newer player, so that would explain. And then his Spartan hoplites, 63, 103, 74, 52, and then 14 and 17 for his pikes. Well, I guess always be aware of your angles, and where your troops are. And yeah, don't leave them hanging back so far either. He could have had these, he could have put a bigger dent in Sparta, I think, if he had backed up these hillmen and Thorio's spear sooner with some of his Peltis unit. But that's just my opinion. Guys, if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I think I already said that. I always feel kind of cheesy saying it, but there it is. So until the next one, I will catch you all later. Peace out, guys.